Hey everyone, welcome to another episode of Weird Bandai. Today I have Pythor here. He was from Series 2 of the Evil Space Aliens line. Now, the Evil Space Aliens line were what they called the line of monster toys that they put out for Mighty Morphin. Let's see. It's mostly comprised, or the Series 2 line is mostly comprised of Ju-2 monsters. If you don't know, Ju-2 is what the fans refer to the later Mighty Morphin monster footage from Japan. See, after Saban, the producer, ran out of the typical Jew Ranger footage, the first Sentai series they were using for Mighty Morphin, they paid Toei to produce more, and they made their own original monsters. And some of them got toys. And then there's this oddity here. Now, Pythor here is a pretty standard figure. You move this little thingy on his head, it makes his tongue dart in and out. He comes with some weapons. He has a pretty decent articulation. His tail swivels around. Let's see, ball joints for his legs, swivels for his arms. His head can move, and you can spin his head around upside down and make him look doofy. Okay, anyway. Oh, and he comes with weapons. Let's see, held on by little holes on his spikes that are, yeah, little pegs plug in there and there. Holds that weapon, and this one is held, this shield is like held by a little hook. You just hook around his claw there, and there's Pythor, I guess. The odd thing with him, he was never in the show. And it's not one of those things like later on in the third season when we had like big vinyl figures of some of the monsters. They made some Kaku Ranger monsters that never showed up in Power Rangers. It's not a situation like that. This guy has never shown up anywhere. Not in Power Rangers, not in the Japanese series, nowhere. There's never even been like a suit found for him or designs for this toy. I have no idea where the idea for this guy came from. There are like some clues. Let's see, his appearance being very snake-like, having the long neck. Whoops. Yeah, going out of focus there. Anyway, he looks very similar to Snizzard. Let's see, if you were to take Snizzard and Pythor here and combine them, they would look an awful lot like the Cobra monster from Lightspeed Rescue, which actually used pieces of the Snizzard suit. So this guy possibly was inspired by Snizzard. Maybe. Who knows? Now, the shield has Zed's iconic Z there. Oh, and this thingy spins around. I forgot it did that. Anyway, so the Z makes me wonder, so was he supposed to be a minion of Zed? Was this going to be another American original creation, like Zed? Zed wasn't from Sentai, he wasn't designed with the Ju-2 monsters, he was completely American-made. Then there's this weapon. I have no idea what it's even supposed to be. I don't even know how the logic works. How is he supposed to hold it with the spikes? Like, if this was a conceptualized monster that somehow made it to getting a toy, even though he was never in the show, why did he come with a weapon that can't possibly be practically used on the show? Now, the shield makes sense, because it has a little hook. You can just hook it on, but yeah, anyway. Yeah, very strange. My only guess could possibly be that this guy was going to be an American original like Zed. He probably would have came in with Zed or something, but they probably passed on that idea because Power Rangers was a infamously low-budget show. Zed was already pushing it in terms of original things that they had to produce themselves, and they still had all the Jew Ranger suits. They had Goldar, Squat, and Babu, and Finster. They were more than enough monsters to keep using. There was no need to create another American original creation. Though, I have to wonder, let's see. This yeah, this gets jammed, there. This odd feature where you can spin his head around and make him look like this. Was that intentional? I don't know for sure. So yeah, Pythor, a very bizarre, strange oddity. Let's see, it wouldn't be the last time where Bandai would make something that had never appeared in the show, something that was like just completely original, but there was usually some basis for it. Like in Dino Thunder, there was in the toy line of Dino Thunder, there was something called the Phantom Ranger. It was them experimenting with like a Build-A-Figure. Each individual ranger came with a piece of this Phantom Ranger, which looked an awful lot like, the head looked like a Wild Force Zord, and the body was just a generic blocky body. And there's also like armor that never appeared in the show that goes on to Rangers. There's vehicles that they create that never appeared in the show. But an entire monster, like completely originally designed, that's pretty strange. And off the top of my head, I can't think of too many, whoops, any examples other than Pythor where they created a monster like totally, like this is totally plausible. Like when I was a kid, I got this figure and I just assumed it was from an episode I'd missed or something. So yes, this is a very strange one. Not sure what the story is here. I tried looking up stuff about it, and oddly, there's not a lot of information surrounding Pythor here. Very mysterious figure. Like, I can speculate. My main speculation is that he was most likely possibly going to be a sidekick to Zed, but then was scrapped when they decided to just keep Goldar around and all the other Mighty Morphin Season 1 monsters. Yeah, I don't really know what else to say about this guy. It's a very fascinating figure, the mystery surrounding him. I'd love to be able to find like interviews with people from Bandai or whoever knows what the story is behind this guy. Now, for a while, people thought that possibly he was a Ju2 design that Bandai got a hold of, and they designed the toy before knowing that they never actually made the suit. But I haven't been able to find too many concept sketches for the Ju2 monsters. I found concepts for Ju2 Zords. Let's see, there's tons of pictures of the monster suits from Japan. This guy is never shown in any of them. The Ju2 uncut footage has, I think, nearly all been released on Jeff Prutz, the old stunt director for Power Rangers, his YouTube channel, and this guy is nowhere to be seen. So I have, yeah, very strange mystery with this guy. If anybody out there knows anything about Pythor, I'd really appreciate let me know in the comments if you have any personal theories about this figure, or if you happen to have seen any interviews or designed sketches for this guy that might help explain his origin and why in the world this character who was never ever in Power Rangers got a toy and a name on top of that. He's not like just a like generic monster. He had a name, Pythor. Not particularly an original name for a snake monster, but yeah. So anyway, that's all for this one. See ya.